Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Josh, and you are watching the premiere episode of The Hungry Winos. This is Chef Michael Reyes. He's going to be showing me today how to cut an onion properly. So what am I doing here? I have no idea.
Okay, here we go.
I'm green.
You're green.
Yeah.
Actually, you're white.
Well, very.
Okay.
Actually.
So we have an onion. Well, all we did is peel the onion, and we left the stem on. You want to leave the stem on because it helps you as you cut this onion in half. As we make our slices, it'll help keep the onion together. So that's the first off.
Okay.
And as far as like the wives' tale, you keep the stem on so you don't tear up and stuff like that. Just what it is, wives' tale.
Doesn't work?
No, you got to man up, cut the onion, and get going.
There might be a problem there, but okay.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. So all you got to do is go ahead and cut the onion in half.
Okay. I'm good here. This is the correct end?
Yep, you have your stem end right there.
Okay.
So just go ahead and cut that in half. There you go.
All
Muscles.
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and put this inside, yes. So keep your stem up and go ahead. What we want to do now is you have this butt end. Go ahead and get rid of that butt end. So for mine, I'm just slicing that butt end off.
Okay. So just right there?
Yep. And there we go. So now what we want to do, there's a couple different ways you can cut it, but the basic way I learned when I was in Europe and when I went to culinary school is we went ahead and cut on the horizon.
Are you European?
I tried to be German.
Okay.
Vi geht es Ihnen? Wie alt bist du? It doesn't matter.
All right.
So go ahead and cut them around the horizon, and as you cut the horizon cuts, finish, and then you'll cut vertical cuts through the onion.
Okay. And when you say along the horizon, basically like not
up and down. So like for this one, for instance, as we get our horizon cuts, I'm going to just cut across the onion on the horizon. I'm trying to keep my cuts even all the way through, so it's cut on the horizon.
And as far as how far back you're going?
I get as close as I want. I cut about right there because I'm not going to go all the way to the stem.
Right.
Because I just want to keep it together for the TV show.
Okay.
But if we were doing this in the restaurant, I'd take it all the way. When I cut this off, I could use it for stocks or soups or whatever else I decide to use it for. But for now, I just want to keep it easy cheesy.
Okay.
All right.
So like right there.
Yep. And as you're cutting, I notice you're holding it like a real chef.
Really?
Yeah, you got that forefinger all up against it.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
A lot of people I see, they'll cut like this with their finger because it's more comfortable, or sometimes they'll hold it way on the handle like this.
Okay.
So you're actually holding it really good. What ends up happening is you get a blister on your side, and it just has more support as you're cutting. So actually, you're naturally.
So it's just all right. Good. That's a good thing. So it's just simply more control. It's not more a safety thing or anything.
No, it's more control of the knife. You have more control of how you're cutting, and usually the amateur will go ahead and hold it like this.
Okay. Well, I'll be the amateur with
you're
the whole eye thing though, because I'm already feeling it.
I know. So you got to cut quick.
Okay.
And as he's cutting, he's tilting his knife to go on the same angle as that horizon.
Which is
like that.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. So we're good. One more cut.
Now, is it that cool to do that?
It's cool to do that. You're fine.
Okay.
Make a little U. And now as we go ahead and turn it, we're going to cut into the onion. Now, when you hold it, your knife is bigger. When you hold it, you don't have to like put the hammer grip on it.
Okay.
All you got to do is have a light grip and just move your knife through.
And if you don't get every single piece, not the end of the world.
No, and try and keep it even. So my cuts were all the same.
Okay. Okay. And so you only did about 3 cuts.
3 cuts.
Okay. So at this point, if I'm resting my finger.
Totally cool. That's a nice little guide to use. Just want to make sure when you use that type of knife, you're using a chef's knife, a French knife, the angle on that knife is going down because of the thickness right here, so your audience can see without me cutting the heck out of you.
Yeah, I know.
It's
very professional there.
Thicker and thin, as you see. So when you're cutting, make sure you have like a little upward angle as you're cutting to keep it square.
Okay. More like that?
Yeah, you're cool. Nice. One more cut and you're good to go.
Right there.
Cool. All right, you're fine. Just clean your mess. And as we cut up and down, now we have these cuts. And, you know, I can do it really fast. But for you, I just need for you to make small cuts.
Okay.
Control the knife. and work it all the way down. We're using our knuckle as a guide, so you want to keep your nail in and lean it against.
Okay, so when you say as a guide, is it more like a safety measure?
Exactly. It's a guide and helps the knife will rest on your knuckle as opposed to slicing off those quality little fingers that you have.
Yes, I would really kind of need those actually.
Probably.
Yeah, so right about like that.
Mm-hmm. And just straight down. There you go. That is restaurant quality right there.
Well, that's what I do.
No,
I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So as you cut, as you learn to cut, you'll move. Either you can move the object to your blade,
Or you slide back.
or you can slide it back. I'm more comfortable sliding back. If I can manhandle the ingredient, then I'll move it with my thumb towards my blade. Either way, we're
Thank
still
God you said
controlling.
blade.
Yes, Zorro.
That's it.
You're not gonna finish my sentence for me?
Very good. So you're left with just
I'm left with just the butt end right here. So if
Okay.
I want to, I could throw this in a stock. I could put this in a marinade, whatever I decide to use it with. But for now, we're just keep it to the side.
okay. So had we cut straight up and down
Mm-hmm.
instead of along the horizon, what would be the difference? Is it just a shape type thing?
It
or
is just a shape.
personal preference.
It's a personal preference. For me, the shape would be like more of like a diamond cut. I keep them relatively square, but there's really not a huge difference. If I quickly do it this way, we'll just show you. I mean, it's easier to cut up and down as opposed to working on the horizon for an amateur. But as I cut this, it's the same, pretty much the same speed. And as far as cuts go, it's relatively the same cut. You might notice these are a lot bigger than my cuts.
Okay.
I mean, if I had to do it over again, I mean, I guess I could make these really thin.
Right.
But when you first saw me cut them, or especially with yours, since we can still see it, it's the same size I'm cutting right here.
Right.
But our cuts, when we go on the horizon, are a lot smaller than these cuts.
Okay. Very cool.
So either way you go is fine.
Very good. And what if, for instance, we didn't do, like, is there any time where you would just do the cuts on top and then not do the...
You know, sometimes I'm lazy myself, and I'll go ahead and do my horizons and not even bother with the going inside the onion if I'm in a hurry.
Right.
Just know when I do that, I'm going to have rectangle cuts. So if I do that, what I want to do is really be really fine with my cuts.
Oh, okay.
But if you notice, they'll just be like a little more rectangle.
Right.
So you don't have to go inside. It's a culinary school thing. It's the French technique way to go in. You don't have to. You just got to realize if you do it, you have to really fine cuts.
Very cool.
Are you crying yet?
I'm right there. I'm on tears almost.
Beautiful. So that
Just because the cutting was so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Very good.
So that is cutting an onion, basic skill.
Wonderful. Is that going to do it for this one?
That will do it for this episode.
Great. Well, thanks for watching the first episode. We're going to have a lot more on the way. My name's Josh. You can follow me at Twitter at Coffee Cup Music.
I'm Michael Reyes, and you can follow me at TheHungryWinos.
Wonderful. Thanks for watching.